Good evening. This is a review of the Troopers here from Atlanta. As you can see, I am using the multicam because if you do watch the high cam, it is very high at this stadium, which I'm not quite sure. Credit Union Stadium, that's all I know. But it's pretty high up, and I had some complaints even last night about that. So I figured tonight I'd use the multicam, even if it does stop me and stop you from seeing everything. But at this point, this late in the season, probably we all know a little bit about what's happening on most of the shows. So, as was the point last night, I'm not going to hopefully spend too much time commenting on the obvious.
Vittoria Pagliardini, Ritika Devasagimani, Susanna Wilkinson, and Addison Wood. Is your core ready?
Split screen, both drum majors on there. I have it a little bit more closed up. Final Sunset definitely made some changes last night, or additions, I should say. Pretty good job there, Snares. You know, I did comment last night. I still good impact, good job there, color guard, brass. I do think it takes a while to get here. It certainly was a choice I think the design team made to use the percussion as an intro and to give us all an opportunity to get where we were going. I guess I question that decision a little bit, just in terms of use of time and what might have been available if he had actually just opened up and let us have it. And good job there, color guard. And the brass, of course. Just kind of looking back. Change here, we're on the move. Different heights work. That's the kind of stuff you really don't see when you're in the upstairs camera. Yeah, be careful there with the articulations. I know it's kind of a mandate these days. Yeah, I'd be careful. The xylophone, trying to match those 16ths in the brass. I mean, just the texture of those instruments. You use a lot of xylophone, don't you? I didn't notice that last night. But just the texture, the xylophone is just so bright and pointed and staccato. It's one thing when they're playing by themselves. Now I can't get that poor guy playing that out of my head here. It's one thing percussion membranes to a xylophone, but it's another thing, in my opinion, brass lines to xylophone. Okay. Good job on the sustains. A little less on the money, I think, in terms of the articulations prior to the sustain. Baritones, no. You know, everyone, just about everyone, does the brass calisthenics, as I call it these days. You have to be on the money. You have to. It's not enough to try anymore. All right. Pretty good job in just in terms of form development. Really just kind of moving from one form to the other. I don't know that it's the mellophones are generating excitement with that as sustained again. But from a visual on a just visual writing, you know, we're kind of moving, we're following the leader, we're changing form from circle to square, etc. But I don't know that it's assisting in the creation of effect. It may be giving you a little bit more in terms of visual analysis, maybe. Not sure. Good job. Euphonium, I think. Toss seemed to be on the money by the time they get back to that. Good job, soloists. There are some negatives to the multicam. A lot of, lack of a better term, freeform. Even here, I'd be hard-pressed to tell you what's happening. I mean, clearly the people in yellow have my attention. And now the other colors. Just to support the dance choreography, I assume. Yeah, watch the tosses, ladies. Yeah, it's not the most pleasing visual picture. And now we clear the stage by clearing the stage. Not a whole lot of design to that. Does leave things to the percussion. Seems almost empty there, doesn't it? Just the percussion line, two horn players kind of role playing a little bit. I wasn't quite sure what was happening. Gunfight, maybe? Toss. Yeah, there seems to be just too much time where... Nice. Good job there with the ascending line there and the brass rotation of forms. A lot of tension here. Good. Good. Yeah, we do tension well. We do dissonance well. Yep. Nice form there. I was going to say there's not a lot of form development or form construction that assists us in leading the audience one way or the other in terms of the effect we're looking for. This feels a little awkward to me. Trying to follow my drum major who drops around the center of the field. I mean, the problem with role play is you're asking a lot. They're really going to show us here. You're asking us to believe that the drum major is dead in his role. I do like the quasi sunburst. I know I said it last night, and I'll say it again. Someone that reveled in that in 1971 and listened to it all the time. I know it's probably a flow marching thing, but that xylophone is way over the top. You might want to check that out. It could just be flow. So we have, I don't know if he disappeared or whatever, but oh yeah, he's in there. I see him. I see his feet at least. I'm not supposed to see him, but I see him. Again, form development, not a big concern for you right now. I mean, I think you're more about the drama of it all. Big push forward. I think I mentioned last night, it feels awkward how the casket moves on a 45 to kind of get around the drum line. Kind of feels like the casket the idea for that got created after the visual, probably. I don't really know what to tell you about that. He comes back as from heaven, I guess. Is that what you're telling me? I didn't see that last night, did I? Maybe I was so high up I didn't notice it. Must be, yeah, because he's with the woman in black. The angels following. Yeah, I didn't catch that last night. Okay. It's interesting. Oh, looks back. Yeah, you're not going back there. You're coming with me. The voice add-on. This has all been added on, I think, right, in the last week or two. You know, the multicam does this a world of good. Anything you can do to bring attention to that walk-off is in your favor. Maybe it's enough as it is. I mean, when they do the close-up on him, I actually got a little teary-eyed, I think, for a second.
What America was. The young men and women under the Trooper banner are what America is.
And like I said last night, I feel that's a little self-serving. If you don't need to listen to me, but there probably could be some words that would be phrases that would be more impactful, I think, maybe, than that. My opinion. Someone taught me that somewhere along the line, to be careful that you don't credit yourself too much, I guess. How's that? So anyway, I appreciate it. I like being a little closer. I did see some things. I do have concerns about the visual design, I think, from a effect standpoint. I don't really believe that it assists you all the time in creating that effect. But but there's a lot of good stuff occurring. We do have to clean up some of the calisthenics in the brass. Again, that xylophone could just be flow marching and where they stick a mic and all that. I hope so, but you might want to take a listen because it is piercing, at least to my ears and where I'm sitting here in my basement. All right. Well, good luck, guys. You've come a long way over the last couple years, and I think you're still on the climb. You're certainly improving, and it's a joy to watch that improvement year after year. Congrats. Thanks.